Welcome everybody to Magnolia on Money,
where we discuss everything financial from the economy to retirement.
This is Magnolia on Money. Welcome back everybody. Today's show is on common mistakes that we see when people are doing Roth conversions. So Roth conversion is really different from what most people think about how they get money into a Roth. When you think about the normal way people put money from their paycheck or their savings into Roth accounts, you're thinking of a contribution. The contributions have limits. You have to have earned income, things like that. We're talking about Roth conversions. That's moving money from your IRA, 401k, the accounts that you have not paid taxes on. We're moving it from there, paying the tax and putting it in a Roth where you'll never pay tax again. So we do a lot of Roth conversions for our clients in the office, but we want to go over some of the mistakes that we see people making.
Yeah, and mistake number one in our one of four that we're going to talk about today is failing to understand tax implications. So sometimes there may be a little confusion about what exactly a Roth conversion is. So we find out we need to know exactly what are these implications going to be. Whether it's tax rates or sometimes Medicare rates can be affected by this also.
Right.
But we want to make sure from a holistic standpoint that we understand every implication there could be in a Roth conversion.
Right, because remember, when you take money out of an IRA and you move it to a Roth, that is taxable income. So you have to make sure that you're prepared for that tax, or like you said, with Medicare being affected. Number two is forgetting about the 5-year rule. Okay, now this can get a little bit complicated, but really what it's saying is, in general, before pulling money out of a Roth account, so when you put money into a Roth, general rule here, I'm not going to get into all the really details of the 5-year rule, but what you want to make sure is the government says you have to have a Roth that has been opened, or you've had a Roth for at least 5 years before you can start taking the growth out of the account. Okay, so once again, there's some other rules in there, but I want to keep it very simple today. So forgetting about the 5-year rule when it comes to a Roth. A lot of times what we do with clients is, if we know we're going to be doing Roth conversions in the future, we'll open a Roth, put $1,000 in it to go ahead and get the 5-year clock ticking. So when they retire or whenever we start doing Roth conversions, a lot of times the 5 years is already up. Put money in, take money out. Yeah. Now, it's just something to make sure you're aware of. And we are, and we always plan on that.
And part of that 5-year rule is you can always get, before the 5 years, you can always get out what you put in, just not the growth.
Right. If you're over 59 and a half, of course, there's, once again, a lot of those little rules, but yeah, make sure you understand the 5-year rule before you go start converting a bunch of money to your Roth account.
Mistake number 3 is converting too much too quickly, which kind of voids the whole purpose of Roth conversion. With Roth conversions, we want to make sure that we are taking that money out of the IRA or the 401k and paying a very low tax rate. If we convert too much too quickly, we may be paying a way higher tax rate because it's throwing us into a whole nother tax bracket.
Right. And a lot of people, that's the first question when we talk about conversions is, Forrest, Ed, let's just go ahead and do it all and we'll be done with it. No, we have to make sure we run tax reports on everyone we do conversions on to make sure that we're not converting too much, and we have a tax plan. A lot of times our conversion timelines may be 10 or 15 years. So we know we're going to have the next 10, 15 years, we're going to be converting little by little by little, make sure we don't do too much. So number 4, this is what we always end on. We talk about this a lot. Make sure that you are considering your full financial plan when you are talking about doing Roth conversions. This is probably the biggest. We always relate all decisions in retirement or about our money or estate planning. It all ties back to our overall plan to make sure our decision is not causing a rippling effect that we're not aware of on another part of our plan. So make sure when you're doing Roth conversions, really when you're making any financial decision, make sure you're making those decisions in context with your individual retirement plan, income plan, all of those things need to be talked about when you're deciding on these Roth conversions. So I hope that helped. These are things just to be aware of. Be careful. Roth conversions can be a great, great tool. But as always, y'all have a great week. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.